Which one's better? Which one is better? Obviously, it's the... Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever this is. You've got Tesla questions. You've got your answers. Matt, what do you like better? What's your number one pick out of the Teslas that you have owned? I've had 3 Plaids. I've had this Model Y. This is more like my fiance's, but I do drive it. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. But let's delve into a few things that I could probably pick out and give you as ownership experience. Some are stupid, some are pretty interesting. The first thing we'll go with, let's go with this. The immediate thing, right? I'll go in this order, just order of natural selection. When we first picked this car up, and even when we test drove a Model Y, or the 3, this goes for the 3 as well, sort of, just this one at least. The material, just regarding the steering wheel, is so soft and plush. It's so cushiony. And then on top of that, you even have the seats. The seats are really nice. We have dogs. We have the dog hammock. I know that's a selective thing. Some people think you're crazy for doing that. I don't really care. These are the beater cars for us. We have other cars. I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean like these are the cars that get wear and tear. Even though we take care of them. We wash them weekly. This thing, it does need to be washed and it looks clean. Mostly because of the sealant, bead maker. If you guys want, comment that down below. I can drop you a link, let you know what that is, or give it to you if you don't know what it is. But also, there's a link if you're buying a Tesla, $500 to $1,000 off and free FSD for a few months. And I am gonna start giving away stuff with the credits. But I think it's only like up to 5 per year. But we'll give some stuff away with that before we hit 100K. We're giving a car away at 100K. Back to the video. The seat is so cushy. Now, maybe because my Plaid is lowered, it is on air suspension, and that's something I'll get into soon. The ride quality, I see people say it's so harsh in this car. I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. I very much like the ride quality in the Model Y. It's probably my favorite thing about the Model Y versus the Plaid. What do you think? The Plaid was, at its highest, I believe, $155 plus tax if you're in a state that you have that. And that's before you had the CCB package, which is what, another 15 grand or so. So just say like 170, 165 to 180 is the max price you could overall be in for a Plaid before tax, before interest, before your insurance and all those costs. If you care to incur that, you know, if you care to calculate that in. This was 60 grand. And I think the business qualifies definitely for a tax credit, but I don't think I qualify the tax credit. We'll see how that works, but I'll keep an update on that. $7,500 off the price of that, $2,000 rebate. I think I missed that. I don't think I'm able to get that. It was out when I was trying to get it. The funds were empty, and then they refilled them in July. Very, very conniving how New Jersey does that. I get it. It's just a game. They're playing the game. The fact that these seats, and this is like bittersweet, aren't perf cut, like they're not perforated. You don't have the ventilation, but you do have heat. I need ventilation. It's not too hot out here, even though we're recovering from a heat wave. Sweating profusely. It's probably 88 degrees. I don't have to do anything. I just exist and I sweat. My body runs very hot. Upside to this is, since we have dogs, if they urinate, they don't. But if they did, we just got 2 puppies, right? And I'm concerned. I'm like, I never want to drive with them in the Plaid, because if they pee in the Plaid, that is going to be such a pain to get 100% of that odor and all of those particulates out of the Plaid's perforated seats. And also, it weakens the material too. There's just more stretch, more give, more flex. These look brand new. Now that could be because she drives it mostly. She's got about 10,000 miles on it. Maybe we'll do a 10,000 mile review in 1,000 miles also. Comment down below, subscribe if you want to see that. Let me know what you think. But man, the interior quality as far as tangible things you touch. The seats are so soft and plush, the steering wheel is soft and plush, and the ride quality is really soft and plush for what it is. I don't know what you people are driving, but I've had Rolls-Royce Ghost, Phantom, Wraith, and they definitely the Phantom had the best ride quality, but because of the airbags, even the Continental GT, the Bentley I had airbags. Not the greatest design, but still super soft. Rode more rough than this. So I don't know what you are comparing to, but if you had a Honda Civic or if you had a Toyota Corolla, I don't like this. Yeah, this is heavier, and yeah, you have thinner tires. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And if you have the 18s, yeah, if you do have a problem, I would suggest you go into that. But that's the first point. The next up would be, you can't really, let's just call the elephant in the room out, right? The price point. My Plaid was $150. This was $60,000. When my Plaid was $150, this was $80. Now the Plaid's like $90. Well, I think like $104 with my options. Not many options, but with the FSD and all that stuff, and the white and the wheels and whatever. This was about $58. Plus I get my tax credits. I hate to admit this, as much as I love the Plaid, I'll give you two answers. Me thinking for myself, I would take the Plaid every single day, just because I'm a gearhead. I like fast cars. I like performance cars. If I'm gonna have one of these cars, it's got to be fun, dude. It's got to be fun. I'm sorry. I have to come out and say that. It's a very bro thing to say. It's just the truth. This, pretty quick still. For just driving on the road, it's not anywhere near like the Plaid is, but for $60,000, if that's all you have to spend, I would take a Model 3. I probably wouldn't do the Y. I see the practicality and utility of the Y versus the Plaid, but I have so much space in the Plaid. I've gone to Home Depot before in the Plaid. Like, I've gotten stuff from Home Depot. I've gotten lots of stuff. I've hauled a lot of material in the Plaid. I don't think to a point where I've had to take the Y. I typically always take the Plaid whenever me and my fiance go out. She hates it because she wants to drive her car, because she loves it. So these are two different perspectives. Now the next perspective, the non-car person, like my girl, she loves the performance, but she just didn't care for the Plaid. She wanted something like an SUV and bubbly and cute and peppy, and that's what this is. I used to think this was a very doofy look. I do like the handles too, how they're manual, although they can get kind of frustrating sometimes if you're at a weird angle or in a compromised position. Say your hands are full or something, you're approaching from a different angle or something like that. But other than that, that's what it is. That's another thing. So something to consider, something to keep in mind. I don't love the look of the Model Y, but it has grown on me a ton. Wrapping it has helped. The reflective orange brake calipers have severely helped, and that's about it. One dumb thing I want to bring up, and I touched on this earlier, now we can get into it. The air ride on the Plaid. That's probably going to be an expensive fix for something I don't necessarily need, but also love having every day. Does that make sense? Because it's nice to have a front lift. Front lifts are nice. Static suspension is also nice. You can do both, but Tesla just has the car on bags. It's also got a compressor that they silence or suppress, muffle very, very well, but mostly the biggest downfall is it sort of auto adjusts as needed, even if you turn the settings off. I do have the settings off, but if you're in an area where somebody else has done it before, or if you've done it before, it will try to do it unless you physically go in manually and cancel it out. I'm not going to show you an overlay or B-roll of that happening, but you just go into suspension settings and you do it. Typically, sometimes, you actually need it, but most of the time you don't. So that's the biggest irk I have, is it kind of irks me, especially dumb scenario, right? I don't park the cars like this. I do it for the video. Like, they normally park like long ways because this is like a driveway, and that's just more parking. This is aesthetic, you know. I could just be a dick and park the car however it's parked, but I like to go that extra inch for y'all. It's not hard. I just do it. Sometimes when I do it in the Plaid, it will just raise. It'll just auto raise the suspension. It's terrible. Again, stupid complaint, but say you go to a car show or something, I'm at the point where I almost 100% of the time have to double check and go in and lower it. For now, I will make videos to rebuttal this. I'm sure as I drive it more and become more familiar, and maybe what we'll do in the next video, we'll do a part 2 to this. I will sit down my beautiful fiance, the love of my life, and have all of you inquisitors question her. Maybe we'll do it live. Comment down below if you want to see that. She makes some very good points sometimes in my videos, and I will catch you later, because that's all I really have to give you. I don't drive it a lot. I probably put maybe 1,000 miles on it, if that. I drive the Plaid. If we road trip, I drive the Plaid. The Plaid gets more range. The Plaid's more fun. The Plaid's more... the yoke just changes everything. I wish I had a yoke in every one of my cars at this point. I might do that, to be completely honest with you. But to answer your question, the lifelong question, the diehard question I get, which one's better? Which one is better? Obviously, it's the S. The S has more features. The S has a dash. The S has all these other things. I think the S is Spartan enough. The S lacks... I don't want to say lacks, but the Tesla Model F. The S, I almost said X. The Tesla Model X. Fuck. The Tesla Model S has such a simple layout. This is even simpler, and I don't know if I like that. It's a little too simple for me. There's something I do appreciate about that, just not for a daily driver, not for something I'm going to put 10, 25,000 miles on in a year or two. So consider that. Again, there's a link down below. If you are buying a Tesla, use that referral. I don't think I get any more credits now after I've referred. We're somewhere in the range of like 30 or 40 of you now, and I only have 50,000 credits. I don't get more than 50,000 in a calendar year, I think. So someone, please help me out. Let me know that. If you comment down below, if you have a Model S, like a 21 or newer, I will ship you some floor mats. Giving the floor mats away. Just drop a comment down below. I'm going to post this. I'm going to upload this video, edit it, post it, all that stuff. You know, the things you do since you're watching this video. I probably did all of that already. Obviously, it's weird when you're thinking about the future. You're talking into the future, but you're actually saying it in the past. I hope you guys couldn't hear my dogs barking the entire time. Thanks for watching along. If you made it till the end, you are a real one. I love you. Don't die. Have a good one. The Model S Plaid is the best daily driver you can buy right now. That's why I daily it. Have a good one.